you all for joining us. So my name is Michelle Oliver. I'm the Public Relations Coordinator for the Merced County Sheriff's Office. And I would just like to remind you guys that please silence your cell phones. If you have any questions, we will have a Q&A answer after everybody has gone through their speeches. And if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and introduce a couple people who are standing behind me. So first, I would like to introduce California Highway Patrol Captain John Starica, to my right. California Attorney General Rob Bonta, right behind me. Merced County District Attorney Nicole Silvera, also to my right. And then we have Merced County Sheriff Vern Warnke over to my left. And then we're going to go ahead and start with California Highway Patrol Captain John Starica.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Captain John Starica with California Highway Patrol. I'm the commander of the Central Division Special Operations Command, and part of that command is our K-9 program, and that's one of the reasons why we're here, to discuss the operations of that particular unit. The Central Division CHP K-9 unit is comprised of 6 CHP K-9 units of the officer and the K-9 that work collaboratively over the areas of the state freeways, highways, and roadways in the communities within Central Division. Central Division incorporates areas from Modesto to the Grapevine. The mission of the California Highway Patrol is to provide the highest level of safety, service, and security to the people of California. Part of that mission and statement is looking and combating illicit drugs that travel on the roadways in California. However, this is not a California Highway Patrol problem only. We can only do this through strong partnerships, and many of our partners are here with us. And I'd like to specifically point out these partners with us. The California Department of Justice, the Attorney General, Rob Bonta, Merced County District Attorney Nicole Silvera, Merced County Sheriff Vern Warnke, and the Merced Area Gang Narcotic Enforcement Team, who on April 25th and April 27th of this year, CHP K-9 units on both State Route 99 and Interstate 5 made traffic stops on vehicles, which subsequently were determined to have illicit drugs, specifically fentanyl. Once determined that these vehicles had these illegal drugs on board, we called the Merced Area Gang and our Narcotic Enforcement Team and turned the case over to them. Those investigators subsequently took the case, and that's going to be discussed by the speakers behind us. We again appreciate from the California Highway Patrol's side the partnerships that we have, and with that I'm going to turn it over to one of our strongest partners in California, Attorney General Rob Bonta.
Thank you, Captain, and good afternoon, everyone. I want to start with a huge expression of gratitude for the team assembled here, for their broader teams that are not up here at this moment, but who did this important work every day, investigating, detecting, holding folks accountable. We did this as a team, multi-jurisdictions, working together, focused on a common goal, and I'm very proud of that fact. And proud to do the small part that we had in it as well as part of a larger team effort. So let me first thank our partners at CHP. Thank you for the being first on the ground here, for the important efforts to investigate and detect, to reach out to us and our broader collaboration to assist. We're proud to have assisted you, and thank you for everything that you've done in the front lines. We've been working with the CHP on a lot of efforts regarding law enforcement, certainly drug interdiction, also organized retail crime, and other efforts, and always a proud and grateful partner with the CHP. So thank you for your work. Thank you to the Merced County Sheriff's Office, who provided important on-the-ground support. Proud to be partnered with you, and thank you to everyone involved in the Merced Area Gang Narcotics Enforcement Team. We call it Magnet, as you know, including my team at DOJ. I always want to thank them for the work that they do every day. They don't do it for the credit or the recognition, but I want to thank them for the work that they do. It's important for the people of California. Thank you to Homeland Security. Thank you to the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation Special Services Unit, the Merced Police Department, Merced County Sheriff's Office, County Probation Department, and County DA's Office, Los Banos Police Department. Again, the CHP, Drug Enforcement Administration, and the FBI. So as you can tell, there are a lot of different departments and agencies, personnel, team members that combined for the results that we're talking about today. Certainly an impressive list of leaders, law enforcement providers who are doing impressive work. And it's because of the dedication and leadership of this group, this multi-agency alliance, that we were able to seize 40 pounds of fentanyl, 104 pounds of methamphetamine, and arrest 7 suspects before another Californian could be hurt by those drugs or worse. And, you know, I certainly come at this work as the proud leader of the California Department of Justice, the largest state Department of Justice in the nation, as the Attorney General. But I think, like a lot of us up here, I also see it as a husband and a father of 3. There is nothing scarier than the thought of one of my children being hurt or harmed. And across our state and nation, we're witnessing a devastating rise in young people dying by accidental overdose through fentanyl. And my heart breaks for all the parents and loved ones who've lost a child, who get that unfathomable, unimaginable call. Fentanyl is different than other drugs that we have interacted with and interdicted and provided enforcement for. It's cheap, it's very, very potent, and it's lethal. That's why drug traffickers, like the suspects we arrested in these cases, are lacing fentanyl into other drugs, pressing it into pills designed to look like prescription drugs. These drugs, whether in pill or in powder, are deadly. And none of us up here today can bring back the loved ones lost, but we can stand united and recommit to the important work ahead of us to get these drugs out of our communities, to get dealers off our streets, to put an end to this deadly trend, to dismantle the organized criminal groups that are bringing fentanyl into California. And that's exactly what we're doing. This is an example of outstanding law enforcement, working together, detecting drug interdiction, and again, preventing it before it could reach those who it might harm. Each of us has a slightly different function, a different jurisdiction. We wear different uniforms, but we are committed to a common mission, a common value, that public safety is job number 1, 2, and 3. And that's why I know we'll have more days like this. We're announcing the important results of a law enforcement operation, because each of us will make sure of it. We'll continue that commitment, that teaming up. And the people of California, they deserve this. They deserve partnership, collaboration, each of us doing more together than we could do alone. The times, the challenges, they require that. And so we're doing our best to meet the moment, whether it's getting illicit drugs out of our neighborhoods, disrupting and dismantling criminal fentanyl operations, or keeping our kids and our community safe. DOJ is all in, and I know our partners at Magnet are as well. So thank you again to everyone who made this success that we're announcing today possible, and I look forward to more days like this, to continuing to do this important work together. And with that, it's my pleasure and honor to introduce Merced County District Attorney Nicole Silvera.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm going to talk to all of you a little bit about what we were able to charge the defendants with and the potential sentences that they're looking at. So we have charged all 7 defendants involved in these 2 incidents to the fullest extent of the law. Currently in California, there are no large quantity enhancements for fentanyl, so the punishment for the transportation of fentanyl is actually less than that of the methamphetamine. And furthermore, all the sentences that I'm going to talk to you about are to be served in local jail as opposed to state prison. In the case involving the stop on April 25th, all defendants, all 4 of them, are ineligible for probation due to the large amount of methamphetamine that they were transporting, and as charged, could face up to 26 years in local prison. This is the largest amount of time based on the law, but we also have to take into account many circumstances, including the fact that these sentences are going to be served locally, and we have to think about the number of people that are awaiting trial currently in our jail. And as I said, there's no enhancement for the large quantities of fentanyl, even though it is extremely dangerous and deadly, which brings us to the case on April 27th. In that case, 3 defendants had in their possession 58,000 pills that were laced with fentanyl. We all know that 1 pill can kill. So we are talking about the potential to kill 58,000 people that was traveling here in Merced County. The defendants in this case could face anything from probation up to 9 years in local prison. It's important to note that one of the defendants in that case is currently on probation for the same crime that he was arrested for in this case, transportation or sale of a controlled substance. Fentanyl is the silent killer that lives among us, and the district attorney's office will not associate any criminal activity surrounding fentanyl in Merced County. We commend all agencies involved in their effort to combat this drug. Specifically in this case, the Merced Sheriff's Office, including Sheriff Vern Warnke, the California Highway Patrol, and the Merced Area Gangs and Narcotics Enforcement Team. Task forces are instrumental in this fight against fentanyl, and we cannot succeed without them. And lastly, and certainly not least, I want to extend my gratitude to Attorney General Bonta for his attention to this public safety and health crisis across California and his attention to the people in Merced County. So we thank you very much.
All right, at this time, we'd like to open it up for any questions that you may have for any of our speakers or anybody behind me.